And as you can see, I got 2 comments here, and they got a bunch of replies on them. So let's just start with this first one here. I see Satanists as just as weak as the rest of the followers of Abraham, as they all believe God is divided into good and evil, and they all worship sin. My divergence in theism and theology is I do not believe in the concept of evil and sin. I believe in the true unity of the one true Creator. The one true Creator has nothing to be jealous of, for all existence is an extension of His being. All words are His words. All names are His name. All things are His things. God is not divided. God is inside us. I am the brightest night. I am the darkest light. And I am ascending. And some people took issue with that. At me, Christ is Lord. At me, derp. This nigga, at me. God is not divided into good and evil. Objective morality is true. If not, then I can unlive childs and claim to deserve I am and recompense for it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Logical evidence. Oh, we'll get to that, buddy. We'll get to that. Be more specific, I say to one of these guys that said logical evidence. And I'm replying to one of the guys. Christians calling for logic and evidence is hilarious. You like logic and evidence right up until it goes against your narrative. So true. And me to this same guy. Tell me again about the absolute objective morality inherent within the 10 Commandments. That's great. Now tell me about the multiple times Yahweh broke his own commandments and ordered his followers to as well. Now, define absolute and objective. Sure, Yahweh can break his commandments, but at the moment he does, he proves them to not be absolute or objective. Thank you. This mother dude pops up talking about, talking about, so murder is not sin or evil. Oh, we will get to that. We will get to all of this. We will get to your evidence, and most of them get pretty quiet when I bring up the evidence of God breaking his own laws. So this person, Morcoid to me, followers of Abraham, one moment. LOL, don't tell me you are one who believes. You fucking cocksucker, get off my shit. God damn. Don't tell me you are one who believes in a million gods, Hindu, and then you talk about God is not divided. Well, he was making a lot of assumptions there. I am not Hindu, but I guess technically I do believe in the one divided infinitely. So you could say infinite God, which renders back into the one singularity of the one true Creator. So what on earth are you rambling about? Just meaningless words, saying nothing. That's Dark Wolf. All right, I got you, Dark Wolf. And they love to do this. You'll bring up perfectly valid points, and they'll be like, that's word salad. I'm like, no, that's not word salad, actually, when you're making valid points. Just because you don't like the points I'm making, don't make it word salad. Where the fuck I go? Okay. So this is me at this Mr. Johnny O, and I just want to start off right now saying that this guy's been cool. He's been actually trying to understand what my perception even is before actually attacking it. So, okay, so Johnny O says, you're a Gnostic who doesn't believe in evil. So he was making an assumption that I'm Gnostic right there. So I replied to Johnny, I'm nothing that you are used to. I was raised as pagan. I found my way to monotheism through my study of science. Gnostic theology is still Abrahamic based. I have had my views before I ever learned about the Gnostics. I agree with some of their perception, not all. I believe in the true unity of the one true Creator, not in his division, as is customary in Abrahamic theology. And I've had Christians tell me, God isn't divided. And then they go on to tell me about sin and evil and the 2 different kingdoms. I'm like, oh, that's a whole bunch of divisions right there, buddy. Good try. This is me to Dark Wolf. My words are guided by the logical defiance of the broken theology of Abraham, also known as truth-seeking. Back at Dark Wolf, something and nothing exist simultaneously within creation. Just as dark, the still silence, and light, the sound of motion, are necessarily always present to distill the omniverse, so too is nothing within everything necessarily present to distill the omniverse. Every single universe of the infinite omniverse exists at the same time and place simultaneously. This is the allspark within the infinite dark void. This is the silent song within the life stream. This is the phoenix fire within the tree of life. This is the diametrically opposed forces of creation delicately interacting to distill the omniverse. Light does not move. The darkness carrying it moves the light. This is one of my theories now. And I really have, that's going to pan out. Y'all motherfuckers wait. That shit is going to pan out. Light does not move. The darkness carrying the light moves the light, okay? The light itself is not moving. The speed of light is actually a measure of the pressure of darkness. This measure is the frequency for its accommodating universe. There are infinite frequencies for infinite universes. The totality of all universes is called the omniverse, also known as the allspark. Back at Dark Wolf, darkness loves the light it created. Kissy kiss. Back at Dark, apparently I had something to say to Dark Wolf now. So this motherfucker, Morikoi, Dark Light Ascending, bad exists, so evil exists. And this is what Christians love to do all the time. They like to conflate bad and evil. You can conflate them if you want, or you could also not conflate them. They are not necessarily conflated and related, not necessarily. So, and the difference being that bad is an experience shared by all sentient singularities. If you are an individual going through this universe, you are going to at some point experience some sensation that you will describe as bad. Now, evil, on the other hand, is a religious perception that is being juxtaposed over the natural world. I don't believe in evil. I don't believe in evil. So this is Lowballin'. Nice name, buddy. At me. Edgelord on it again. Choose your heresy. I don't know what you're trying to say to me right there, little kid, but I like it. I like it. I do choose my heresy because I choose to think for myself, which is heresy. So that's pretty much it. You can either choose to think for yourself and follow your own personal divine guidance to fucking whatever, or you can let other motherfuckers think for you. And if you choose to think for yourself, congratulations, you are now a heretic. Mr. Johnny at me. Gnosticism isn't necessarily Abrahamic. That's why I'm asking for clarification, like on your position of not believing in evil. I didn't know that Gnosticism wasn't necessarily Abrahamic, because as far as I know, Gnosticism is the earliest Christianity, which is Abrahamic. But, you know, I'm not a scholar. I've just recently started studying the Bible and Gnosticism and all that. And people are like, read the Bible, read the Bible. Okay. They're like, oh, we got him. He's reading it. Do you really? You got me. I'm reading it. Okay. So I read the Bible to, that way you have to know because a lot of times Christians will play fuck ass games and they will prey on people's, not even knowing the Bible, you know, but once you know the Bible, they're like, oh shit, he knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And it's, you know, you just got to be able to fight fire with fire, and the Bible's fire. So I'm reading it so I can fight it with its own fire. Tell me where it says Yahweh broke his own commandments. And I'm actually saying about the natural law. I don't know what the fuck he means by that last part right there, but I'm about to give him plenty of where it actually says, and as they would say, proof and evidence. It's coming. I was just letting it marinate a little bit for effect. Okay, this fucker, Tipo, at me. Bro, I prove my point using it. Prove yours. You cannot simply make a claim without no evidence. Mr. Johnny at me. You sound pretty Gnostic. Why I'm asking for clarification. I'm not saying you are. Is this unity a oneness or something? Me at Mr. Johnny. Gnostics believe in evil, devil, sin, and separation, which require the division of the one true creator. Unity is lack of division. Followers of Abraham are a dualistic bitheism. They believe in two diametrically opposed rulers of two separate kingdoms. I am a true monotheist. There is only one kingdom within creation. There is no devil, for there is no opposition to the one true creator. That which created all things is above the battlefield. He cannot possibly be attacked. The creation cannot possibly be separate from the creator, which is why sin, devil, demon, and hell are all impossible. Me at Morikoi. Christians often attempt to conflate bad and evil. Evil requires for the one true creator to be divided. To say evil is real is to say the creator is imperfect. Bad is a subjective experience shared by all self-aware beings. Bad is not evil. You can conflate the terms if you like, but don't act like they must necessarily be conflated. Me to the same person, another one's. And here's the evidence they've been begging for. Here are several verses in which God is described as killing or commanding others to kill in the Bible. Number 1, the flood. Starting at the beginning, Genesis 6:17. I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has the breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish. 2, Sodom and Gomorrah, Genesis 19:24-25. And it's funny because these fuckers that were challenging me to provide evidence, they start changing their tune really quick. And this is what I mean by them playing fuck-ass games. Christians will play fuck-ass games. What do you mean Yahweh broke his like this fucker says right here, tell me where it says Yahweh broke his own commandments. Playing fuck-ass games, dude. Either you didn't read your own goddamn Bible, or you did read it and you're just playing fuck-ass games with me. Either way, it's annoying. Okay, where the fuck was I? If I believed in division, sin, and Satan, I would absolutely say that Yahweh is Satan, which would make me more Gnostic. But I endorse the unity, not the division. There is no Satan. At Morikoi, me at Morikoi. Christians often attempt to we done did that one. All right. Okay, and we're on to the proofs, right? Okay. I haven't smoked no weed yet, y'all, today. All right. Sodom and Gomorrah, Genesis. Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens. Thus he overthrew those cities and the entire plain, destroying all those living in the cities and also the vegetation in the land. Number 3, the firstborn of Egypt. Exodus 12:29. At midnight, the Lord struck down. Man, y'all can read it, and I'm just going to read the thing. I'm not going to read the whole things. Number 4, the Canaanite conquest. Deuteronomy 20:16-17. Number 5, the Amalekites. 1 Samuel 15:3. Number 6, rebellion of Korah. These verses are often subject to various interpretations, including historical, theological, and allegorical, depending on the perspective of the reader or scholar. Okay, thanks, Chat GPT. Here are some verses in the Bible where Yahweh is described as permitting or commanding the taking of possessions from others, which some interpret as acts of theft. Okay, so I've had so many Christians. Okay, so I'm providing verses here where God kills, where God steals, and then I'm going to go on where God covets, where God commits adultery. We're going to hit up all that real quick. And I'm just going to read the numbers off. I don't feel like reading all these verses. The spoils of Egypt, Exodus 3:21-22. Stealing shit from the Egyptians. The conquest of Canaan. Oh, now you get to steal shit from the Canaanites. Deuteronomy 6:10-11. Okay. The plunder of Jericho. Oh, go steal them shit from the Jerichoians. Joshua 6:19-29. The plundering of Midian. Numbers 31:9-11. Stealing more shit from more people that they feel that they feel entitled to. Okay, and so here we go. Examples of verses that might be interpreted as Yahweh desiring or commanding his followers to covet possessions, land, or devotion that belong to others. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Yahweh's the biggest covetous cunt in history. Everyone must worship me. It's like, motherfucker, the actual one true creator made no such demand of you, but you're going to turn around and make that demand of all of creation? Nah, nigga. Got me fucked up. Yahweh desiring exclusive worship. Oh, what I was just talking about. Exodus 25. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for their sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. And reasons like that is why a lot of people say there ain't no hate like Christian love. Because a lot of Christians will describe this paragraph right here as love. That's not hate, that's love. That's fucking hilarious. Yahweh's jealousy for exclusive devotion can be seen as desiring what others might worship or prioritize. Or it could even be seen as Yahweh attempting to pull people away from what can truly be worshipped, which is in the self. No, not yourself, me. Oh, okay. But of course, going back to my beliefs, all things are one anyway. Unity is the predominant characteristic of the one true creator. So playing some 4D theology, you might be like, well, according to your theology, Dane, you and Yahweh are the same anyway, since everything's the same, so you worshiping him is just worshiping yourself anyway, right? And to which I would reply, yeah, that's partially right. But fuck your couch, nigga. Coveting the land of Canaan. Deuteronomy 7:1-2. Taking the best portions for God. Leviticus 27:30. A tithe of everything from the land, whether grain from the soil or fruit from the trees, belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord. Yahweh claims the best of what people have as his own. But that's funny because the one true creator already owns everything. The one true creator has no need for someone else to give him something because he already has everything. He already is everything. You fuck ass honkies really didn't think this theology out, dude. It blows my fucking mind how long, how far, and how hard Christianity has ridden. It blows my mind. Not just Christianity, all followers of Abraham. All y'all. Every woman, okay, plundering the Egyptians, Exodus 3:21-22. Every woman is to ask her neighbor and any woman living in her house for articles of silver and gold and for clothing, which you will put on your sons and daughters, and so you will plunder the Egyptians. Take their shit. Desiring the firstborn, Exodus 13:2. Consecrate to me every firstborn male, the first offspring of every womb among the Israelites. Israelites belong to me, whether human or animal. Well, the actual one true creator owns every single thing, all of creation. All this shit right here is just evidence that Yahweh's not the one true creator. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay. Here are examples Yahweh condones or overlooks actions that could be interpreted as adultery, often under cultural or theological justifications in the text. But, however, that would absolutely disprove the absolute objective claims associated with the Ten Commandments, though. I mean, yeah, y'all can take your little fuck games, your cultural context, all this, that, and the other, then in the next breath say Yahweh's eternal and unchanging. All you want. You can do it all you want. It just weakens your fucking case. Okay, Abraham and Hagar. Genesis 16:1-4. Number 2, David and his many wives. 2 Samuel 12:7-8. Here Yahweh seems to endorse the practice of polygamy and even the transfer of wives, which could be seen as condoming relationships outside of exclusive marriage. Oh, yet they will say the 10 Commandments, no adultery, is, what's that, absolute and objective? Okay. Well, I mean, if you totally change the definitions of absolute and objective, then you can make them mean whatever the flying fuck you want, can't you? Levirate marriage, Deuteronomy 25:5-6. This law requires a man to marry his deceased brother's wife. Okay. Hosea's marriage to a prostitute, Hosea 1:2. Yahweh commands the prophet Hosea to marry a promiscuous woman. 5. Solomon's many wives and concubines, 1 Kings 11:1-3. Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Well, we're kind of past the one man, one woman ordination at that, ain't we? All right. So they were quiet after that. They were pretty quiet after that, after I dropped all those. And I think only one of them really started piping up a little bit after that. So Christians so adamant about proving claims, while the main claims of Christianity remain unprovable, is beyond hilarious. But I will play along, you fuck-ass honkies. All I needed was one verse to disprove the absolute objective morality of the Bible. I gave you a handful of verses. Go on, backpedal with some mental gymnastics, motherfuckers. Go on. And go on. I want to hear it too. I want to hear all the mental gymnastics. I want to hear them all. Devotion. Okay, some fucker to me. Devotion deserves to him. No other God exists but him. No problem here. Oh, okay, I think this was this fucker's attempt at trying to dismiss all my evidence for God breaking his own laws. Which they were claiming it didn't happen before, but now all of a sudden it's happening and it's fine. This is me to this fucker. I just proved the fallibility of Yahweh. I just proved that Yahweh is not absolute or objective. I just proved that Yahweh cannot possibly be the one true creator. You wanted evidence just to ignore it. As I said, Christians only like evidence that confirms their narrative. This is Mr. Johnny. I like Mr. Johnny. Gnostics don't think Yahweh is Satan, though they think he's a demiurge, which is comparable to Satan. Come on now, playing your fuck-ass games, dude. They tend to think Satan is a lesser demiurge. Okay, well, I mean, sure, tell me about it, buddy. But you don't have to be Abrahamic to reach the conclusion of a corrupted demiurge. I agree with that statement. So, is this unity a oneness or what? I'm having trouble following what you believe exactly. Okay, Mr. Johnny, I will lay it out for you, Daddy. I will lay it out for you. My perception of the one true creator could be qualified as ultimate oneness. All things exist at the same time and place simultaneously. This is the singularity. I also refer to it as the allspark or the omniverse. The singularity is everything and nothing, light and dark, you and me, creator and co-creator. We are sentient singularities. I believe in the unity of creation. As such, all consciousness is an extension of the omniconsciousness. And as such, every individual is a quanta of the penultimate individual, the one true creator. God is experiencing everything through each aspect and fraction of our consciousness. Every experience feeds the voracious life machine. Every instant we exist. This is God living through our life, as our life is his life. And thus, we are all co-creators within the Godhood. And this is me, back to Johnny again. Thanks for at least trying to understand my perception before attacking it. No, really, thank you, because it's so fucking annoying having people assume what I believe, and then they attack their their juxtaposed, artificially imposed assumption of so they're not even attacking my belief. They're attacking what they think my belief is because they jumped the gun and didn't even ask me what I fucking believe. Okay, so this is... I continue. Something and nothing exists simultaneously within creation. Okay, I already did this one. I already did this one, so I'm not going to reread it. All right. Okay. This is Johnny O again, trying to understand me. So, is this God ultimately passive? If it's a oneness and there is neither good nor evil, then any action taken in the universe would be this God passively acting within itself. He says against. I don't like that word. It's more like within itself. So any division would ultimately be this God passively dividing itself. I would agree with most of that perception. I would agree with most of that. I don't like the word against. I would say within. And so any division... okay, so you have the one that's divided into the infinity, but there is... There's unified division, and then there's separate division, okay? Now we're getting into the meta levels of creation. There are meta levels of creation. Within any point, you can infinitely divide that point. Okay, so I retort to Johnny saying I would agree with that perception. All right, and that is the end of this thread. And we're going to jump on over to this next one, which is a little bit longer. And where am I at on time on this fucker? 26 minutes. No, I'm going to do a separate one for that one. So I'm going to bounce back here. Put my stupid face back on.